Hi, everyone. So, if you are going to get into Airbnb rental arbitrage, which basically is subletting, you have a place and you sublet and that you're going to have guests come in, you need to get that okayed with your landlord. And there are people on YouTube saying you don't, and legally, maybe you don't, but ethically, you do. And we need to keep to a high standard as Airbnb's taken enough negative publicity in the last few years. So we need to be very, very good, very, very caring, of course, family, about our landlords, our guests, and our neighbors. So you really need to find a landlord who's desperate. They can't find a renter, and you're going to come in and rent. So you don't want to be a slumlord. You don't want your guests staying in a dangerous area. So it's a challenge, I think. Ideally, you have a friend who owns a place and trusts you to take good care of it. And so you are going to rent it and turn it into an Airbnb. And you're going to tell your friend that. That would be one way. You also, of course, need to check your rental agreement, make sure it's all allowed, and do all that. You definitely don't want to violate your lease because you will entail penalties. So when making a pitch to a landlord about trying to rent their place, try to think of their priorities. Maybe offer a bit more rent, something like that. What is in it for them? Why would they want to rent to you and have a lot of different people stay? It's more problematic for them. So somehow you're going to have to sweeten it. I'm not sure how. Maybe you offer more rent money. I don't know. It's going to be case by case what you are willing to do. You could offer to share your earnings on Airbnb. Maybe give the landlord 10% of whatever you make. Remind the owner that as an Airbnb host, you're going to be incentivized to keep the place very clean and very well. Landlords love that. Remind the landlord that Airbnb guests are vetted by Airbnb. So maybe in some cases it's safer than getting some drug dealer who rents a place, permanently or for a year or two. So remember that your goal is to show the landlord that Airbnb is a win-win situation for both she and you. When you meet the landlord to talk about all this, make sure that she is stress-free, in a good mood before you negotiate with her. Remind the landlord, too, that you have insurance. Airbnb covers you. Okay? That'd be one thing they'll be worried about. So the number one thing you can do is to build a positive relationship with your landlord, and preferably a landlord that controls many, many, many properties. If you could get in with someone like that, you could do very well.